Hi Sagittarius, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your monthly money and career tarot reading for the month of April 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. And I do want to remind you, as always, this is general for the month, so just take what resonates and simply don't stress over what doesn't. As well, I do want to thank you in advance for your likes, your comments, and your subscriptions to this channel if you haven't done so already. Now, to book a personal reading with myself, I definitely recommend you do so. The options are down below in the description box, as well as the pricing and my email. Just reach out via email and I'll definitely get that started for you, okay? They're always accurate. And moving forward, the overall message I channeled for you from Spirit to speak upon your money and career for April, you received manifesting abundance, success that changes your life. Manifesting abundance, success that changes your life, okay? That's amazing. Let's put this to the side and pull whatever we get from the Soul's Journey deck. And then we'll further pull some tarot to speak upon each one, seeing where the reading takes us. They're saying your month is going to be amazing. Just trust that. Just trust that, okay? For Sagittarius for April. Money and career, okay. Okay, I do see a lot of purple coming out, a reminder of your spirituality throughout the month, whether you need it or not, as well as how royal you truly are as a fire sign. Okay, bear with me. I feel like you're going to need to trust your intuition on several accounts throughout the month. Okay, perfect. An underlining focus on needing to have an immense amount of patience. This is definitely the Temperance card in this deck. As well as balance, okay? And together, the Temperance card does speak upon both. And so I feel as if after a lot of ups and downs and potentially some difficulties within your finances and career over the last few months or the past year or so, you're needing to have patience with certain energy situations, patience with oneself as you balance things out for yourself and even try to help other people. You definitely do come through often in your readings as a very helpful energy, one who cares very much so about others, which can at times make you feel a bit alone. Interesting. Okay, so we have 5 on the board. We have failure to begin, okay? So I don't see you failing throughout the month. There is a true focus on past failures in one way, shape, or form when it comes to financial investments, when it comes to past jobs. They're saying this has come up before, and I feel as if there's something you haven't yet fully understood or learned from what you've been through, the ups and downs. And there's not just a focus on what didn't work out, but also what did pan out and how you got to where you are at this point. Needing to pat oneself on the back, as I did just show somebody doing that, and saying, well done, Sagittarius, well done. I've come so far, because not a lot of people would have kept moving forward, kept persevering, and overcome certain obstacles that popped up along my path, okay? So give yourself the credit you deserve, especially at the beginning of the month of April, okay? Bear with me as I move the camera. Grief coming out as well. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And I feel like other people are teaching you this as well. It's the universe teaching you through other individuals, whether you realize that or not. And your spirit guides may try to make that quite apparent throughout the month. But there's a focus on you needing to recognize the enjoyment that needs to take place, or the joy with where you're working, even if you know it's not permanent, even if you know it has an endpoint, even if you know it's not perfect and it takes an immense amount of patience to deal with certain people, energies, customers, clientele, a boss figure, or the people who work for you. However it works for you. Some of you, it's your schedule, but either way, it's just you needing to recognize that you do need to appreciate something in the moment before it is gone, even if it's not perfect, okay? I see a lot of you Sagittarius is working a job at this time that you know has an endpoint, whether it's kind of questionable as to when or how it's going to end. You know that you need to make the best out of it at this time. And so there's a few adjustments that need to take place in the month of April in order to make that happen, okay? I feel like you're very studious, very mature. Your energy is coming through as very sort of kind of proper, but just a little bit scatterbrained all the meanwhile. Don't take that offensively. It's just part of who you are as a Sagittarius, and therefore you do things in your own individual manner. So it can be hard to be micromanaged or managed in general, or just hard to sort of stick to what other people see for you or foresee for you. Okay. Anyways, moving forward, they're reminding me of the overall message. It is a month where you're manifesting a ton of abundance in the midst of a lot of important adjustments, messages, lessons, okay? And all the meanwhile, the success that comes in is going to change your life, okay? But it's interesting because we do have a lot of very heavy energies coming out for the oracle. We have regret coming out. I know that I cannot change the past. And so it feels like your old habit of rethinking or just mulling over the past is coming up again in the month. It feels like more so mid-month, around that point or so, being pushed to recognize that you cannot change the past, and therefore why stress about it, right? You could be thinking about the beginning of when you started a job, or the beginning of a project, a business. It could be more so you thinking about when you left a job, or how you can't sort of now make the best out of a financial investment that once just came to an end because it wasn't meant to last, because it wouldn't have had a positive end point. And so you can't change the past, but you can make the best out of your bright future. And so there's a need for you to take what you've learned, what you've gained from the ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights, once again, the regrets, and to make the best out of what lies ahead, okay? But we're moving on to worry. And so I feel like at times you do worry throughout the month, and recently about your financial situation, certain bills, other people that you care about most, your people, if you will, your family, friends, acquaintances, whoever you feel matters to you most, you stress over their finances, their career, their future in general, way too much, okay? And you're gonna be pushed to recognize this 1000% throughout the month, and this has happened before. This shouldn't be new to you, but all the meanwhile, as your mind sort of races and goes through a bit of a whirlwind, you're going to be pushed by your spirit guides to stop, to halt in the midst of that worrying, and recognize that it's not changing the outcome all the meanwhile. You may be sort of helping by pointing this and that out, or just maybe reaching out and giving a helping hand, giving your wisdom to those who need it the most at this time. Not shocked for that. That's, excuse me, not shocked that that's coming out. But all the meanwhile, I just feel as if you're going to be reminded that in the midst of these lessons and they're saying regrets, these points of adjusting, if you will, Spirit's saying, do not worry. It's not going to change the past. It's not going to adjust the future dramatically. You just need to do what you need to do, and you'll be there when need be for those you care most about. Trust that, okay? And a perfect turning point to move on to the trust card. And so remember, we were saying in the beginning, trust that this is going to be a great month, okay? It feels like you're manifesting a lot at this time, given the overall message. And so therefore, you need to trust your intuition, trust the power of your beautiful Sagittarian mind, and how you can transform your month for the better or for the worse. So it really is up to you, but it feels as if this is going to be a great month. And so through this reading, Spirit's trying to set you up for the best, for the most ideal outcome, okay? Trusting that you have that inner voice that will lead you to, they're saying, an immense amount of patience, to the most abundance, the most success that you can even imagine. All right, but at times I feel like you doubt that you have that power within, and it's a month where you need to wipe that doubt away and replace it with trust, and get more in tune with your spirit guides, your inner voice, and recognize that it's a month where you turn towards the success that you deserve, okay? They're saying financial success, financial stability is yours for the taking. Don't worry about it, okay? Don't stress. What do we have for this failure card? We're pulling from the Tarot of Dreams, if you were wondering. We have the Four of Swords and the Palace of Cups. I feel like you're thinking back to a financial investment of yours, or it could have been a past job that didn't work out, okay? Or you could be working in an environment that's very emotional, very heavy in energy in that sense. But all the meanwhile, you're being pushed to recognize with the Four of Swords that it wasn't meant to last, okay? It could have been more than one situation. in both categories or in just one. However it works for you, you're being pushed to, especially at the beginning of the month, or throughout the whole month, to adjust your perspective, to take a step back and just rest one's beautiful Sagittarian mind, as there's a lot of work for you to accomplish in the month. And I feel like you could even be stressing over a specific somebody's past failures, okay? And worrying how that's going to reflect upon or affect their future choices. It could be a Leo, okay? But it needs to dig for that inner strength and allow for your mind to be your best tool, not one that will hinder you all the meanwhile. Two, with the Six of Swords, recognize that you're meant to leave certain situations when it's divinely guided, when it's divinely meant to be, okay? Plain and simple. And you can't hold oneself back from the inevitable, even if you can't see the future or the reasoning behind it all in the moment, okay? I need to have faith that you will get to where you need to be, that your loved ones will succeed all the meanwhile, and that everything's gonna pan out as it's meant to, okay? You have got this, all right? The wheel is turning in a lot of ways. Let's pull for the grief card. The Five of Swords, okay? And so I feel like you're stressed at certain points in the month, all right? You could be dealing with a stressful work environment, simply worrying about finances in one way, shape, or form. You could find that somebody you're tied to financially has cut back on their intake of money, and therefore you feel a weight sort of put on your shoulders, but that's mentally put on your shoulders. Allow yourself to take a deep breath and not stress over all the meanwhile, because I feel as if putting that aside, there's a level of grief and stress that's taking place due to your career as well. Wondering the future of it, okay? When will this end? When will this begin? Will I have enough money for this and that? Will this job allow me to make enough money for this? Will I survive after letting this job go? It's this kind of way that your mind is working at this point in the month, or at certain points, and you need to recognize that it's not yours to carry. Interesting. It's also not going to make it 10 times better by stressing over it. Okay, simplify your mind once again. That is a huge, huge message as you manifest a lot this month, and abundance becomes yours for the taking. All right. They're asking you at this time, what do you want to manifest? What do you truly want to manifest, especially when it comes to your money and career? They're saying, where do you want to travel? Life is short, okay? And I feel like you've been reminded that recently over time, and you need to recognize that you need to live it to the fullest, okay? And when you're trapped in one's mind stressing over this and that, your money, your career, the future, your loved ones, how do you expect to live it to the fullest, okay? And so we're moving forward with regret as I picked it up again. Okay, they're saying drop that regret, drop that regret. We have three coming out for this one. We have the Ten of Coins, the Five of Wands, and the Tower card. Putting an end to that regret, regretting not making the best or putting an end to something in the past. They're saying it's now time to see that never-ending battle that seems quite relevant or consistent in your situation to be put down, excuse me, to be put to rest. And all the meanwhile, you will find that it's this passion within you that is relit around halfway through the month to keep moving forward, to keep doing things, but to adjust your perspective, your approach all the meanwhile, to see new results, okay? And they're saying it all starts with your mind. And with the Ten of Coins coming out, they're reminding you that you can't change the past, but you can recognize fully and be reminded by your spirit guides that this Ten of Coins, Ten of Pentacles lifestyle is yours for the taking. It's definitely meant for you. So why are you letting your fears, your doubts get in the way of that from time to time, or they're saying for some of you consistently? Take a deep breath and recognize that doors are opening for you at this time. If you're looking for a job, it's about mid-month where you will acquire this new opportunity, or that door will open for you to interview for a couple of options and therefore choose. You will find that nature is going to be your best friend at this point in the month, or just throughout the month in general, to help ease one's mind, to relieve you of any anxiety, or it's just hard to stress over the past or just feel anxious when you're focusing on Mother Nature. They're saying she will help you immensely. Okay, let's move on to worry. Well, it's not, but we're moving on to the card to clarify it. Here we are, we have your energy, Temperance. And so I feel like once you let go of that worry, you're going to find that you feel more like yourself, okay? More balanced, because I feel like you have been a lot calmer recently, a lot more stabilized, less on edge, and so when you find yourself stressing over money and career or other factors in your life, and it strips away from that balance, that calmness about you that you've so beautifully achieved recently, what are we going to do to sort of take away those habits or those thought processes, right? How are we going to do that so you can get back to that peaceful way of being? You deserve to live a peaceful life. And all the meanwhile, we have Justice and Knight of Wands. You need to have patience with certain factors that make you worrisome, okay? All the meanwhile, instilling that balance once again. And with the Justice card and the Knight of Wands, I feel as if you're pushed to recognize once again at a certain point you're a fire sign. So why is that fire going out at certain points? Why do you feel as if you're not lighting the way for yourself at times, but feeling so inclined to light the way for others? Your helpful nature can sort of hinder your own guidance at times, okay? But all the meanwhile, it feels like there's something you want to passionately go after, but feel a bit worried, a little bit doubtful that it won't come to be. And you're getting a taste of justice towards the end of the month when it comes to that. Whether it's a new job, a new financial investment, whether it comes to an ending in either category or both, you're getting a taste of what you desire, okay? And I feel like for some of you, you're getting a taste of justice through your loved ones. Seeing them get their justice, seeing them succeed or just do better than you would expect or than other people sort of give them credit for at times. And therefore, it just putting a smile on your face, it lighting a different kind of fire within, right? And so I feel like you're reminded who you're fighting for, who you're persevering for, but you need to remember that you're part of that, okay? Your selfless nature is your best attribute, but it can also hinder you at times too. So just keep that in mind, all right? Allow yourself to connect the dots and recognize what needs to be improved, as it is a month where the abundance rolls in throughout the entire month. It just feels like a round surrounding or before and after a lot of these important lessons and adjustments, okay? To wrap this up, or before we wrap it up, we have the Trust card to clarify. Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords, okay? And so I feel like you are reminded that you deserve a passionate fresh start when it comes to your career, okay? They're saying simply your career, which will definitely affect your finances. It just feels like with the Ace of Swords, you're being pushed to recognize that you're being prepped to take flight towards a more simplistic lifestyle, and that starts with your mind once again, putting certain habits to rest, but trusting the future of an investment, the future of a new job, the future of your career in general. You've gotten this far by trusting your intuition, by putting in that hard work, effort, those blood, sweat, and tears. So why are you not trusting oneself fully to move forward in the best way possible? Or why are you lacking the trust for your loved ones to embark upon certain fresh starts that are meant to be successful, right? I just keep seeing these triangles in this reading, and they're saying to me, connect the dots, connect the dots. There's something with 3 individuals in your life who just make you so proud. And I feel like there's a lot to do with wings, right? Feathers. You're going to see signs throughout the end of the month especially, or just for some of you, the beginning and the end, that your spirituality is on the increase. It's being heightened at this time, and you're being pushed to shine for all to see in your own individual way, get your voice out there, but put that sword away, right? It's about charging forth in a passionate, sort of slightly feisty way, right? Towards what you deserve, what you desire, what you foresee for yourself and your loved ones, but also don't have that sword out ready for battle to defend oneself, or to just continue or begin any sort of confrontation, okay? I feel like that's going to only add negative energy to what you're experiencing at this time, especially in the work environment, okay? Simplify it for yourself. People are going to be impressed by you is now what I'm getting, as I feel like you're going to feel, especially towards the end of the month, making your way into May, a level of motivation, ready for your ships to come in, and feeling a little bit confused as to how things are meant to move forward. But again, it's a month where you're manifesting so much abundance and seeing the success come in that changes your life forever. And these lessons and adjustments definitely have a lot to do with that. Okay, so let's pull a message or two from the Small Making Magic deck. Little luxuries generate luxurious experiences and surroundings. It's all what you make it, but treat yourself at certain points in the month. I feel as if you can afford it all the meanwhile, even if you don't think you can, and it'll make a difference. It'll keep you glowing, or bring that glow back and help you move forward. Okay, power symbol. I feel like you do desire a sense of power. Cleanse, purify, and protect the physical body. Energy is important at this time. Take care of oneself. And then we have fire, absolutely. A huge focus on your fire side, given we all have different elements within our chart. And prosperity, a prosperous business with riches and success. Beautiful. Well-deserved prosperity and abundance this month as you experience, once again, a lot of success that truly transforms and changes your life for the better. Okay, so I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Go have yourself an amazing month, and I'll definitely see you next time. Bye, Sag.